send something out to you, or you are going to just seek until you find something meaningful to do to contribute to your life. It's very important we do that, but sometimes when we stay there waiting, sometimes you wait in vain. Sometimes you wait and nothing comes forth. In short, this particular economy, it's better for you not to wait. It's better you start seeking for something meaningful to do, no matter how much you have in your hands, so that that particular amount will not be exhausted before you know it, and you now start looking for another one. A beautiful morning to you out there. Today is Wednesday, the 25th of September 2024. How time flies. It's just 6 more days and September is out. Can you imagine? When did we actually walk into September? And people, some were skeptical. You know, this norm of fear. But to God be the glory, we are still here. You are still there. And the peace of God is still rocking us into safety as we are here. If not, if there's no safety, you can't see us. Yes, you're not even going to seek us, because you'll be running here and there to save your own life. But to God be the glory, you are here, we're here, and God is wonderfully praised. A beautiful morning once again. My name is Olori Adejoke Adubi David. This is Galaxy Television, and the program is Family and Values. Family and Value is all about our family. Mine, yours, your neighbor, everyone around you, the society as a whole. We all erupted, we all came out from one family. And when you see anybody outside, don't think that person doesn't, even if the mother and the father is dead, he has uncle, auntie, siblings, brother, sister, nephew, uncle. So if you mishandle that person and the family is passing by, almost, you won't look at you in any good way. And so that's why Family and Value is here, for you and I to know what are those things we have left undone, those things we have not been put into use or put into practice, or we have ignored, we have swept under the carpet. 21st century is here, so it's no longer valuable. No, it is still very much strong and is valuable. We just need to blend it in and understand it better for us to be able to use it for our coming up generation. So you can join us on all our social media platform, AVO 741 on National Digital and Live Station, AVO app, and also O Prime, okay, application. You can join us and you will surely find us live as we speak right now. And this morning, being a Wednesday, it's midweek already. Some people are already smiling and they're looking brand new this morning. How are you?
I'm fine. Good morning.
How is Ayobo?
Ayobo is fine. We bless God. At least today there was no traffic on the road. I don't know, for some reason the road is very free.
Yes. No, it's free because before you step out of the house, you need to be sure that whatever amount you have with you takes you out and bring you back home safely. Yes. So that you not get stressed somewhere and get stranded and you'll be begging for transport fare. Yeah. Well, you're welcome to
anyway, yes, it is. It's good to see you this morning. You're looking all good.
Thank you.
I always say,
I'm trying to blend into.
Well, blend into. Yeah, but I had a touch of blue. You see now. Yeah, our minds work together.
I'm blending with
Good morning to our esteemed viewers. Good morning. Welcome to Family and Values. My name is Princess Joy Ayo Abu. Of course, see now, Lord has made me to call my name in full, not leaving anyone apart. Cherishing my name, you know. Yes. It's midweek Wednesday, and trust me, it promises to be another exciting day, an exciting show. The topic today, you don't want to miss it. Anyway, we are streaming across all our social media platforms. Please download the Galaxy mobile app so that you can watch us on the go. And yes, don't forget, like I used to say, when you see these pretty faces on your screen, it's time for Family and Values. So sit back, enjoy the show, and welcome.
So as you sit down to enjoy the show, Joy, have you been privy to mature men standing at the transit stop trying to get additional money for them to actually get to their destination?
I've had that. I've had that a whole lot.
Women.
I've had
I have to start from men, because for a man,
It takes a lot.
To you know, the courage for a man, matured, adult, grown man, to summon courage and seek for assistance. That please can
you assist me? Yeah, I like this the day
I saw that I had teary eyes, and my I don't know, there's this sensation that everybody that comes in. I'm like, for a man,
then you cannot imagine how the family is, how he left the family, what is he going back to the family to go say, or
because women are always very fragile when it gets to that kind of situation.
Their ego don't allow them to put it out.
Hi.
Well, inside the vehicle where I was, when they called the price, and the man was just begging, please, this is all I have. And in my mind, I was like, okay, this is all you have. I'm wondering, what you left behind at home, but anyway, I said something yesterday. Nigerians have a very resilient spirit, and somehow we have been able to navigate the circumstances.
We have a very resilient
but
spirit.
What I'm going to say is, if you can give somebody a lending hand, please. No matter how little, right now, 500 naira goes a very long way. So don't look at somebody and say, this person is too big, why would I give this person? At that moment, that money might just go a very long way. So please, if you're out there, if you can help somebody around you, please just look out for someone and just help. Let's spread the love. You have food, just share with someone.
Share with someone, and in the process of sharing, please don't use it to mock them. Don't see them as a no-do-good, because that alone is another form of taking off of depression, and it becomes traumatizing for such a person that I've always been giving, I've always been doing this. Now someone is calling, and it's not that I'm lazy, it's just that circumstances and situations has brought me to this situation and to this particular state. I believe, please, our leaders, help us. There's nothing we can do, but I know we have refineries that we can repair. But God, in His infinite mercy, is helping us. But please, we need to help ourselves. And we need to start with our leaders. Please help us. It's time you remember you were once a father, and you are still a father, a grandfather, a mother, a grandmother. Either way, you have so many boys coming to you, and you now be running, telling your gate man not to open the door for them. Tell them I've traveled. Tell them I'm not around. I don't want to see anybody. You tell your PA, shut down any phone that is meant for the public. Please look down, because someone needs your help. Nigerians need your help. On that note, it's time for us to take off by going for our mini feature, and by the time we come back, we'll start with our show this morning. Stay tuned. Some just resumed this week after the Monday holiday, last week.
Last week.
People like Ogun State and the likes. And I wonder, how do we know their friends? Thank God we've been having, I don't know how those topics just walk into one another. And I'm wondering now, yesterday we talked about sleepovers, and how well could you, Remy said home will call. If you have trained them well, home will call. And for those helicopter parents, leave the work and do the work. Okay, so today we are looking at Resumption is here. They have resumed, thank God, safe and sound. But how do we know their friends? Do you know your children's friend? Joy, do you know your children's friend?
Yes,
I'm asking our viewers at home. Do you know your children's friend? Oh my gosh, do you know your children's friend? Oga Crown, you sabi your children's friend. You need to know their friends. Say birds of the same feather flocks together. How do we know their friends? Who are their friends? And this morning we have someone in the house. We missed her 2 weeks ago, and she's finally here. She's none other than a darling sister. This sister, Oluwa Bukola Innocent. She's an emotional therapist. She is a teen coach. When you talk about teenagers, she is so passionate. She wants to be there for them. She wants to speak with them. She wants to help them. She wants them to, she wants to hold them very dear. She holds them very dear to her heart, and she always wants them, have a shoulder for them to lean on at every point in time. And that's why I love her so much. And she's also a counselor. She's an educationist too. It's so good to
Good
have
morning. So good to have you this morning.
Thank you.
I love the calmness.
By the time she starts talking now,
I have the tradition of picking
What do you want
from my
now?
guests. Now that's what I want to say. I've looked at her very well. There's nothing. It's like she belongs to our class of Team Natural. There's nothing for me to pick from you. But anyway, welcome to Team Natural. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. So there's nothing
you
to
don't want our earrings, and then dropping. They're actually
I don't want.
You love them.
I don't want. Don't worry. Don't worry.
The color is free from picking something from. It's so good to have you this morning.
Thank you so much.
You said she's calm, Abby. Give her.
People that are calm, like when it comes to the area they would showcase.
Because we're talking about know their friends, Bukola.
Yes, ma'am.
How do we define friendship in our children? Who should they meet with? Who should they be friends with? And at what time do they pick their friends actually?
Okay, thank you for having me on the show this morning.
It's so good to have
It's
you.
so good to be here today.
Thank you.
I appreciate the gesture. Talking about friendship, we should know that human is a social being, and it doesn't matter whether you're a child or an adult. There is that instinct in man that wants to relate. So we want to relate with one another. There's just that instinct that makes us want to socialize. So friendship is a normal thing, whether for a child or for an adult. Then for children, it's just that while they are there, as young as they are, they can't differentiate this is this or this is that. They just go all out there and they are with other people. That's how you see when they're young, they don't mind sitting down here now and start playing. Even if they had maybe a little friction, that before you know what's happening, they are back there, because that thing is innate, is in them for children to relate. Then when you start talking about who should a child relate with, or better still, you said
How do we define
at
their
what
friends?
age?
Okay.
So when we want to define friendship with them, let me just use the word, that's their ability to socialize, to relate with other people, to build healthy relationship. Whether with a male or a female, as long as they are human, they could build a healthy relationship with people. Then when we talk about at what age do they start talking about friends, let's say from age 4, children begin to pair with somebody and begin to identify with somebody. Well, basically, because children go to school earlier these days, unlike before. So the moment they start getting to school, they start identifying with a person. They start tilting towards one person. Like, okay, there's something about this person that makes us tick, and they make us want to work with one another. So once it's that age, once they get to that school age, then but from age 4, you will start seeing them definitely beginning to say, okay, they have a special bond with someone when it comes to friendship. So I think
Thank you so much.
yes, ma'am.
You've said a whole lot within a very short period, but then I want to talk about friendship in children. What should parents actually expect? Because I feel like if my child wants to make friends, it should be of, I already said something, birds of the same feather flock together. I don't agree to that saying any longer, because these days people can be in the same circle. It doesn't mean you are doing the same thing. But like you said, from once they get to school and then they start, but what should parents actually look out for when the children are having friends, or where they are in that circle of friendship? As a parent, what is it I should be looking out for, that okay, this one they are similar, or this is one relationship I should allow, or one that I should put boundaries? What should they expect as parents?
Okay, when it comes to relationship, I think before you start expecting something from your child, there should be an input from us as parents. Before your child start talking about friends, I think the first point of contact should be your family values. What are your family values? What are those things you hold dear? What are the principles that your family live by? What are the standards you live by? I've been a teacher for about 2 decades.
Wow.
And one of the things I've told my students in the time past is, if you don't start for anything, you will fall for everything. So, when we go out there, when we want to relate with people, it stems from that thing that is inside of us. Yes, relationship or being social is in it, but our measurement or measuring, I'm trying to use it, I think that's the word, the way we are able to place our measurement tape for choosing friendship, it stems from our value system. And values are inculcated in us by our parents. They are inculcated in us through our environment. So before a child leaves home, that's why the family is the first agent of socialization. So before a child leaves home, a child should know what is obtainable. This is how it runs in our home. These are the things we hold there. This is how, this is the pedestal on which we place friendship. So that when they go out there, they already know that this is acceptable, this is not acceptable. So that helps them to make sound judgment when it comes to friendship. I know we may feel that what do you do to a toddler, or maybe let's say from ages 4, do they really understand those things? They do. It's just that we need to talk to them in a language they will understand. You need to just let them know that this is it. When somebody is like this, when somebody is like this, these are the rules that guides friendship. So before you start looking out for anything, I think the first point of contact or the point of call is, what have you imputed in those children? So the first thing is, it starts from parents. What are your own value system? So this is your value system that will help your child out there when they go out there to make choice of friendship or relationship.
Okay, it is your value. The value you have placed in them. Just like them. And remind us what Remy said. Home will call.
Yeah.
Those are the values, what you have inculcated into them. It's time for us to go for a break as we take a word of marble and a vox pop. Let's hear what people have got to say, and on this particular matter, how many people know their children? Friends. We'll be right back.
Yeah, a very wonderful question. But on my own side, this the society have corrupted. It is no more like during our own time that we also tell our parents the truth. But on my own way, I try to bring up my children in God-fearing, and I restrain from engaging themselves with much friends. You understand me? So that is on my own now. I do not allow them to so much. The Bible says you should train up a child the way he should grow, and when he grow up, he will not depart from it. Not that I'm not allowing them to subscribe, but I tighten up. After school, I make sure I'm back home, and I monitor also the watch. In the program. For example, I don't know what other parents do the same. In my house, we only watch only Christians. That's what I allow them for now. I put a cable that is only Christian channel, as they cannot be. Maybe you are sleeping, they may not go and press other things. So that's the way I'm trying to organize them. Okay.
I have met with 1-2 of them previously at school. And recently, before the results, one of them came around. I think them came around about 3 times, and one of the parents, one of the friend, came around too. There was a time I visited the mother. So the way I look at her, she's humble, she's decent, and even the friend who happened to be friend to my children, they are twins, 2 of them. They are so fond with fond of one another, and then she did look at her. She's not a wayward person. She's cool-headed and she's respectful. She's calm. So with that, and there's another one. She comes around often. They are okay. They are good that my children mingle with. Coupled with the upbringing of them in the house, myself and their dad, we do wake up every morning to pray together, and we do tell them they should remember the children of whom they are. We don't run after what we don't have. We manage ourselves, we manage our lifestyles. If we don't have, we manage the little we have, and then we reservations. Should we run out of this? So we are able to teach them how to reserve, how not to be wasteful, then how to be humble, how to be respectful, how to show love among themselves. So my children's friends, I know them, I know the parents, I can vouch for them any day, anytime.
My children don't have friends. I don't allow them to have friends. So God is their friends and their book. Because when I'm a little, I have friends, and my friends turn my life down. So I'm supposed to be graduate today, and because of friends, I tell my parents that I don't want to go to school again. But now I realize that I all my mistakes. So I don't want my children falling to the mistakes. So that's why I just keep them with different. And I always tell them, don't have any friends. Your book is your friend. Jesus Christ is your friends. So that's just it.
Bible said that childhood friendship are timeless. Childhood friendship, they are timeless, and they are treasures of the heart. Now, going back to the last gentleman on our Vox Pop, we are not here to throw or to castigate anyone, but it's just that times we go through certain things, and Remy said something some time ago. He said, was it Remy? Someone said it, that you're wrong. Your errors, if you use your error to train your child, you'll be making a whole lot of mistakes. And I believe, I wish I know where that man is. We can reach out to him. We really need to, because whether he likes it or not, those children will do what he wants to. Where he is, they will do something else behind his back.
Right.
And that's him back to what he was actually running from. Remy mentioned it.
Yes, of course. He has friends in school. They have friends in school. They might not bring them home, and it's even worse if they do bring them home for you to see.
And now there is an institution.
You hold them.
How many times do you have to check on them, or you are running after your business, or your day-to-day activity?
Yes.
But like our Mother Marble said, your childhood experience has a whole lot to do with you. But I want to ask this question: how careful should parents be in encouraging their children? How careful? Because like what we heard, the other woman talk about how, she has seen one error in one of the children and she tried to correct it and all that. She and her husband, and the other man that allowed them to have friends. You just need to monitor how they go. So how careful should parents be encouraging their children to have friends? How careful? Like that man now. How careful?
When I saw that man, the very first that pop up in my mind, this man is traumatized. He's coming from somewhere. Yeah. He has a lot he's dealing with, and actually living his regret. But unfortunately, he's transferring that legacy to his children. He's trying to protect them, but he's going about it in the wrong way. Now, when it comes to being careful, I think we should be more careful about our value system. We should be more careful instilling the right values in our children. Then we should model our values to our children. Okay. You understand? Like, we can't choose our children friends, but we can choose the environment for them. Now, I did something, let me say it accidentally, and thinking in retrospect, I was like, oh, I actually created a template without knowing. And what was it? A couple of people around me, and I started relating with a mentor, and because his son is a young convert Christian, and because he's a pastor, I just saw his, and she put a link on, I think maybe on Facebook, on her status, that there is a group for Bible study and something like that. I was interested. I just want to learn. So I joined the group. She was not even aware I wasn't able. But after a period of time, I was amazed at the depth of that young man, the level of thing he was able to teach. Even in my heart, I was like, no, I want my daughter to be part of this group. I actually sent a message to my mentor and said, this is amazing. God has really blessed you. You know, I just left it at that. But as soon as I got on the phone, I actually reached out to him and said, please hire her up. And that was not something I did because I wanted her to learn. But over time, I saw that relationship metamorphosis. And I began to see that unconsciously, the kind of people around her that she relates with are not just anyhow people. Because now she unconsciously had a template that guided that. This is the kind of environment you can choose friends. These are the kind of values you look out for in your friends. So it wasn't something I did, like, that wasn't what I was looking for. But taking a retrospect and to the pattern, I saw that same thing has been extended to our younger brother. And before you know it, I just noticed that the kind of people they roll with, if I had to ask question 1 or 2 questions, 3 questions, I say, okay, they are in tandem with what will help them. So what I want to say is that in encouraging friendship, I think the very first thing I said is what I'm going to say again. Be focused on your value system and exemplify it. Live your values before your children. Don't just say it, walk the talk. Once you're able to mold it, you know, amazingly, even for us as adults, we do more of what we see than what we heard. You understand? So if you want your children to choose the right friend, the question should be, who are your own friends? Who are those around you? Because when you talk about environment, we've always talked about environment as location, or humans to environment. You are an environment for your child. So when you're looking at your child and thinking that they should choose friends, your children are a replicate of your person. You understand? They are the mirror of what you do, who you are. So if you want your children to, you want to encourage them to choose good friends, as much as you would teach them about who a friend should be, what they should look out for. The basic thing is your value system. The moment they're able to imbibe it and they own it, even when you're not there, they know the yardstick, they know the standard, they know what to look out for. Like I always say to my children, I won't be everywhere with you.
Definitely.
It's not possible. I won't be everywhere with you. But when you find yourself in this kind of situation, you should be thinking, if it is mommy, how will she handle this? How have we been handling issues like this at home? You understand? So it comes down to that same word, your value system. If you don't have your value system is always put out, your children cannot say, in our house, integrity is key. And this isn't looking like it. So I have to stay away from it. You know, and one of the things I'm saying these days is that a lot of the time we have toxic relationship, and sometimes the toxicity sometimes is from us as adults. So if you don't deal with those things, like this man was saying now, there's something he's pained, he's regretted. But sometimes we need to embrace our mistakes and move forward. You understand? One of the things I've done with my children is sometimes when we were talking, I think, you see this area, I've had the privilege of being tutored by my parents because they never even know. But I know, and I saw that there's a gap, there's a knowledge gap. So we need to sit down, we'll talk about this in this area, this is how far I've gone, this is the level of knowledge I've had, and this is what the scripture says. Because there is no way you can even teach friendship without talking about your faith. Because that's the root of all understanding. So this is what the scripture is about this. This is my view, this is the standard out there, this is how things go, but this is where we're standing. So the moment you're able to, you want to encourage them to make friends, you won't be troubled because your values have been instilled into them. Let me give you a scenario. How did what's his name, Isaac, knows all the promises that God has made? Do you understand? It's because they know that spirituality is a value system in their house. It's one thing, they don't joke with their spirituality, and it has been molded to him. That was why he could say to the father that even where is the lamb we're going to be using? And the father said, don't worry. He could understand, he could know, because he has seen the father live it over and again. So when it has sink, it's something that has sink in, and has become, you know, part. You understand? Look at these 3 Hebrew boys. They were in a strange land, and they got there, and they were giving them meals, and they were like, their moms are not there, their dad is there. They never even have a mobile phone to call home. But what guided them there is what their value system. It's been instilled in
Not
them.
bow to any God.
So to encourage them to choose friends, of course they are going to have friends because friendship is a currency of life. There are things you cannot get in life except from friendship. They understand your relationship. And you know one of the mistakes we make is, let me kind of deviate. One of the mistakes we make, like this young man now, he's trying to protect his children. But you will now see that those same children of ease that he's protecting, maybe when they're now 23, 24, he's expecting them to have a husband or a wife. But the basis of that marital relationship starts from friendship. If they have not learned relational skill from that age, is they at 24, they will now learn how to live. When they've not even learned how to relate with somebody of the same gender, is that when they will now learn how to live with a man or with a woman. So basically, we're coming to our friends. If you notice that something is at stake, something is not aligning with your system, you bring them back to the drawing board. Like, okay, what's happening here? These are my observations. Then you talk about it. Sometimes your perception may not even be correct because they are seeing from a different angle. So we can encourage them, but I still stand on that word. Our value system is key.
All right. When we are talking about encouraging, talking about value systems, now I've realized that some kids don't embrace friendship in the true sense at a very early stage. Some of them have to wait till maybe they get to senior secondary, then they understand the circle of friends. Now for me, I didn't have friends at a very early stage. It took me a while to start having friends, and that was like maybe my SS class. Then I could understand, okay, me and this person, and then that was the issue where bestie came into play. We know someone, Bukola, he has had his friends from nursery school for 38 years.
Wow.
Yes. Lawrence, Bukola and Co. for 38 years. Beautiful. And the bond is still there till tomorrow. They still have their hangouts, they still have, and I'm talking of nursery school. So when I'm in their midst, I had to ask him, I said, how did you people build this bond? And now there's something about them. They have the core value of even running their homes. So he made a statement. He said, you can't see any of us not having a good home, not putting home first. For them, for 38 years, they've been on that smooth level. Now, I have two questions. And the first question is, for kids out there who are finding it difficult to really ascertain when to have friends, when to have acquaintance, when to know that, okay, I'm set to have friends. Some people just have fair weather friends. Once the section is over, that is the end. You get to another class, they are changing friends, you know, probably they've not this. At what point do you think parents can start saying, okay, start building relationship and friendship? And then now for kids who who have been up there, we're talking of high class, you know, they've lived that high life, and then suddenly life tells on the parents, and maybe they've changed to a different environment, or they've moved them to another school, from a private school to a government school, and the child is finding it difficult. Because we are talking of school resumption now, and it is happening a lot. To relate, they are finding it difficult to understand why they should even, you know, they are not even comfortable with the environment, not to talk of friends. How do you, as a parent, how do you advise such parents to make those children understand that even in this cycle, you still need friends? So questions in one.
In the first place, when you talk about children who want to make friends, it's not everyone that is sociable as such. Not like they're not sociable, but they're not in their elements. Like, take for instance now, I am the no-nonsense life of a party. So once I get here now, I can, as calm as I am, I can easily relate and identify with people. But my husband can be here with you till Jesus will come, and the only thing you will see him do is, and my daughter took after that. I actually didn't understand it at the initial stage. But I was wondering, you know, like I have plenty energy. I can talk. My son took after me. You see that energy. I think on Sunday I was telling, I said, I'm just so grateful that God gave me this. I say yes, because even though there had been like two of you in this house, I only got me what happened to me, and everybody started laughing. You understand? My daughter is the kind of person that rushed to you, towards you, that I came. It's not like she's snubbing you. It's not now, you know, it's not now. But my son is like me. Hello, how are you? You know, that kind of a thing. So we need to understand that all of us are not the same. Some children will take their time to survey the environment. they want to be sure they're timid and maybe they are shy. So they want to be sure, like, okay, are you sure I can relate with this person? And another thing is that probably maybe from home, the way they're related, they have seen they've been hurt somehow, so they are being careful. But I used to have a neighbor when we run a laundry business. They brought things like this, like, what is wrong with you? Within 3 seconds, he's back. But his elder brother, whatever make him look at you and said, in fact, his language is not even clear enough. But if he feels that you're not doing so well with my mom or my siblings, and I look at you and said, me, you, no, that's it. He's off. You have to start prodding him so we need to understand that our characteristics, our individuality differs. So for that kind of a person, we need to just understand them and allow them to evolve into making friends. Then to your second question, you said, please, can you help me with that again?
I'm talking of kids that are coming from the one school.
You know, you said that
government situation.
When you said that, I smiled because I had that practical experience. At the time that it wasn't looking like I learned certain things, so we had to move our children from private school to government school, and it was quite challenging because it's a whole lot, and I'm always careful about environment, like you have said. But one of the things that God has helped us to do is that first thing I said, the value system. So because we know the likelihood of things they are going to say, so we started prepping. In fact, we have to seek their consent before moving them to that place, because even though it was challenging for us, they are the one that were in school. We led them to be able to get to school and not just kept there. And, sometimes you force things on children, and by the time they get there, she wants us to go to school. We are in school. Wow. Do you understand? So we have to sit down with them and talk with over and again. And at a point, my brother was like, okay, I'm willing to, but let's leave my younger brother to finish the stage. I feel even able to handle the pressure that comes from that stage. And we abide by that because we were much younger then. Then when we talk friendship, one of the things we've done is that we know this is our standard. Like you will meet with different people. You see, when it comes to your children, your home is too small for your children to just be confined in that place. And we're talking about friendship. I think we're just still talking about physical relationship. What about what goes online?
That's another this thing.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
I saw a video clips a couple of days back that was saying that in those days parents don't know how to identify probably a good friend or whatever, but they know how to cut off wrong relationship. They know that the moment they're able to strip for communication, bad manners is taken care of. But these days, how do you still balance? Because they're right in your house. So if you have a child that is moving, I think one of the challenges I've had with parents is that we don't value our children enough to communicate with them. Most of the things we do is that we just throw words at them, we just instruct this, do that. But things are changing. You're not sitting down to say, okay, this is where we are now. We have a dilemma in our hand. It's like things is going out of control. And to be able to manage this situation, I'm telling my advice is about getting to university now, because I believe that a child should be at least 18 before getting to university. I'll hold her back. She's finished for quite some time. But when I was talking about when they were very, very young, you understand? So I've seen people tell me like the way you do treat your children, I think that you should be taking, I should take a decision for them, but they are the key player here. So I should listen to them and see the situation from their point of view. So it helped me to adapt and helped me to shape my solution that I'm bringing, such that they are able to fit into it. Do you understand? Okay. So it's very key for us to be able to listen to them and let them point them like, your value system is very important. In that government, there are still children that come from good homes that bear the same value to you. You can identify them. It may take time, but
I find it's fast, and I wish we would still trash our 2 questions, but because I was coming back some other time. Because you have opened another topic in my head.
Friendship online.
You understand? So it's so good to have you this morning. We're so delighted that we could go on air with you this morning.
Finally, thank you.
Oh my God. Okay, thank you so much. Just can you give us a word, a parting word, 30 seconds?
What would that be? Okay. To parent your child right and to help them in life, emotional bonding is key. Ensure you build a healthy connection with your children. If they have good connection with you, out there it will be difficult for them to be swayed. So build a healthy relationship with your children.
Thank you.
Yeah, you've had build a healthy connection with your children. That's all I'm going to tell you. Just build a healthy connection with your children. Try to know if they are friends, and be emotionally concerned with them.
Exactly.
Be there for them emotionally. That's all we are going to take on this. Like Oluria says, she's definitely going to come back. She has a lot to tell us. Thank you very much for being a part of Midweek Wednesday on Family and Values. My name still remains Princess Joy. We'll see you tomorrow on Healthy Thursday.
Okay, so as we prepare for Healthy Thursday tomorrow, we're looking at your awareness on posturate. Your awareness. Are you really aware that is posture, and what are those things you need to take cognizance of, take seriously, and work on, so that you will not be part of, when prostrate, I'll tell you what comes to my mind. So on that note, we want to wish you the very best of today as you go to your different business, work and all. We would say big thank you to everyone who has made today's production a great success. Thank you so much in each department, for everyone who has stayed tuned. Like, follow us, do your notification, activate it, and please, you can share as many of these. Go back and watch again. If anyone has missed it, maybe the husband or the wife, play back and watch together and ask yourself questions. Thank you. My name is Remain Olori Adejoke Adonbi David. Hope to see you tomorrow. Bye for now.